So now we're on to the last thing to learn for today, and that's factoring and using the distributive properties. So basically what you're doing here is you're kind of doing the GCF like we did before. So you're looking at 7x and 7y, and you're going to try to find your GCF. So what is the same about both of them that you can take out? Well, if you look, they both have a 7, so you're going to take a 7 and put it on the outside, and then your x plus y is going to go on the inside like this. So you're just looking how to do it. If you want to do it like we did the distributive property, I'm actually going to show you it that way too. So I'm going to actually put this on a different screen. 1 second. So if we used it just like we did the GCF, if you guys remember that, we did like this. You can do 7x here and 7y here. You think what goes into both, so it's 7, and you're left with an x and a y. So all you're doing now is you can do the, you take the 7 down, and you take it to x plus y like this. So you can do it just like you did the GCF if you want, or you can try to figure out which one goes into both. So I'm going to do b over here. So you have 15g, and you have 20. Okay, so now we're going to look what goes into both 15 and 20. Well, that's going to be a 5. This is where your divisibility rules come into play on learning what they are. So then 15 divided by 5 is 3, and you keep the g, and I forgot my h over here. 20 divided by 5 is 4, and you keep the h. Now that's as far as you can go because nothing goes into both of them. So you bring down your 5, put a parenthesis, 3g plus 4h. Just like that, okay? That's letter B. Now we're going to go to letter C. So here's A, there's B, and now we're going to go to C. So for C, same thing. You can do the GCF thing. So you have 18M, and you have 42N. Sorry, that does not look like a 4, but it is. So you think, what goes into both 18 and 42? Well, I know 2 goes into both of them, and then that would be 9M and 21N. Well, I can still go further, so I'm going to actually erase this line and make it go a little bit further because we know it can go further down. And I know that now 3 goes into both, so it's going to be 3M and 7N. So now you're going to do this. You're going to go 3 times 2 is 6 times 3M plus 7N, okay? So all you're doing is your GCF. You're trying to figure out what number goes into both, and then you keep on going down, okay? So you can try the next ones, D, E, F, G, H on your own. You can pause it, try it out, and then unpause it and check your answer. And I'm going to actually go through those also. So you can pause, try D, E, and F on your own and see if you can do it, and then unpause and see how it goes. Okay, so I'm going to do D over here. So you have 30A and 39B. So I'm thinking what number goes into both? Well, that's a 3. So 30 divided by 3 is going to be 10A. 39 divided by 3 is 13B. Well, that's as far as you can go, so that's going to be the end of your thing. So you're going to have a 3 and then 10A plus 13B. Okay, so then I'm going to pause it for a second and get the rest of them on the board. So now we're at letter E. Sorry, I thought we were on D, but I think we're on E. So let me just check 1 second. So now we're on E, so we can do the exact same thing. I'm going to put it over here for E, and then we'll see how it goes. You have 11F and 15F. Well, this is kind of strange because a number doesn't go into 11 and 15, but you can take an F out. And when you do that, you're going to be left with 11 and 15. So you're going to have F times 11 plus 15. So that one's a little bit different because you take out a variable instead of a number. So you take out the letter F, and then you have in the inside 11 plus 15. So now we're on to letter F. So I'm going to put it over here. We have 18H and we have 13H. So we look, well, 18 and 13, no number goes into it, but the letter H is the same about both of them. So when you divide by an H, you're going to get 18 and 13. So you get H times 18 plus 13 for that one. Now we'll do G, so I'll go and do G over here. So G is 55M and 11. So now we go and 11 goes into both. Well, 55M divided by 11 is going to be 5, and 11 divided by 11, 5M, and 11 divided by 11 is 1. So we get, now it's going to be 11 times 5M plus 1. So a little bit different on that one because you have to have the plus 1 to remember that you just did that. And now we're on to our last one, which is letter H, which I'm going to put over here. So we have 7 plus 56y. So we do the same thing. Well, 7 goes into both. So 7 divided by 7 is 1. 56y divided by 7 is going to be 8y. And so we're left with 7 times 1 plus 8y. And I know that these may be a little hard to read, and I'm sorry about that, but you can listen and see what they are. Like this one was 11 times 5m plus 1, so that one was hard to see, and so that's it. So all you're doing is you're kind of doing the same thing we did with the GCF. Make your little house and just divide out until you get it done, and then if you end up with more than one term on the outside, just multiply them and put on the outside of the parentheses. And so that's it. And then the last 2 pages are just going to be working it through, and I will make a video for those answers.